Every Christmas Eve in Japan, millions of families line up, sometimes for hours, just to pick up a bucket of fried chicken. Not sushi, not ramen, Kentucky Fried Chicken, a fast food chain from Louisville, Kentucky. 3.6 million Japanese families do this every single year. And the wildest part? Japan didn't even have this tradition 50 years ago. Someone invented it, on purpose. Here's exactly how that happened. Picture this. It's December 24th. You're standing in line outside a KFC in Tokyo. The line wraps around the corner. You've been waiting 45 minutes. You pre-ordered your meal 6 weeks ago, because if you didn't, you'd be waiting even longer. And you're doing this because it's Christmas. Now here's what makes this completely mind-bending. Japan is not a Christian country. Only about 1% of Japan's 125 million people identify as Christian, according to the Japanese Agency for Cultural Affairs. Christmas has no deep religious meaning here. No nativity scenes in every home, no church traditions passed down for centuries. And yet, KFC, every year, like clockwork. So, how does a country with almost zero Christian population turn a fast food chain from the American South into their most iconic Christmas tradition? The answer reveals something remarkable about how culture actually works. And it starts with one man, one bad sales quarter, and one absolutely brilliant lie. His name was Takeshi Okawara. In 1974, he was the manager of KFC's very first Japanese location in Nagoya. And he had a problem. December was supposed to be a big month for sales, but Japanese customers didn't have any particular reason to eat fried chicken in winter. Then something clicked. Okawara reportedly told customers that eating KFC for Christmas was what people in America did. That fried chicken was a Western Christmas tradition. It wasn't, not really. But in Japan, in 1974, almost nobody could verify that. America felt glamorous, modern, exciting. And if Americans ate fried chicken at Christmas, why wouldn't you want to do that too? He started a local promotion. It worked better than anyone expected. KFC's corporate team in Japan noticed. They scaled it nationally in 1974 under a campaign called Kurusumasu ni wa Kentucky, which translates directly to Kentucky for Christmas. They ran TV commercials. They put Santa Claus on the buckets. They made it feel inevitable, like this was always the tradition, and you just hadn't been doing it right. Within a few years, it wasn't a marketing campaign anymore. It was culture. Think about that for a second. One man, one store, one clever story, and 50 years later, 3.6 million families are pre-ordering chicken buckets 6 weeks in advance. That's not luck. That's one of the most effective cultural engineering projects in modern history. But wait, why did this work so completely in Japan and nowhere else? KFC tried similar campaigns in other countries. None of them produced anything close to this. Japan had 3 specific conditions that made it almost perfectly vulnerable to this kind of cultural implant. First, Japan already had a culture of seasonal rituals tied to specific foods. Eating certain things at certain times of year isn't strange in Japan. It's completely normal. Soba noodles on New Year's Eve, cherry blossom viewing with specific snacks in spring, eel on a specific summer day called Doyo no Ushi. The idea that Christmas should have its own food, that made total sense to a Japanese mind. Second, in the 1970s, Japan was in the middle of an enormous cultural love affair with Western, especially American products. American brands carried status. They felt modern, aspirational, almost exotic. KFC didn't just sell chicken, it sold a feeling. And Christmas was already becoming fashionable as a secular, romantic holiday, more like Valentine's Day than a religious observance. Third, Japan's social culture runs on collective behavior. According to researchers at the University of Tokyo, Japanese social psychology places extremely high value on doing what the group does, what sociologists call collective conformity. Once enough people started doing KFC at Christmas, not doing it started to feel strange. The tradition became self-reinforcing. So when Okawara planted that seed in 1974, he wasn't just running a promotion. He was dropping an idea into the exact right soil at the exact right moment. And it grew into something nobody could have predicted. Let's talk about scale, because the numbers here are genuinely staggering. According to KFC Japan, the company serves approximately 3.6 million families during the Christmas season each year. That's roughly 1 in every 12 Japanese households. Their Christmas party barrel, this signature holiday package, can cost anywhere from 3,980 to over 7,000 yen, which is roughly $27 to $48 US. That's significantly more expensive than a normal KFC meal. And people pay it, enthusiastically. KFC Japan reportedly generates about 1/3 of its entire annual revenue during the Christmas season alone. 1/3 in a few weeks from fried chicken. Pre-orders open as early as October. By late November, many locations are completely sold out of their Christmas sets. People who don't pre-order sometimes wait in lines that stretch for hours on December 24th. Think about what that means. This isn't a fringe tradition. This isn't something a small group of quirky people do. This is a mainstream, deeply embedded cultural ritual, one that a corporation deliberately created within living memory, which raises a genuinely uncomfortable question. How many of the traditions you grew up with were invented just as deliberately? Here's where this gets really interesting and a little unsettling. The KFC Christmas tradition in Japan is unusually transparent because it's so recent. We know exactly when it started, exactly who started it, and exactly why. But historians and anthropologists point out that most cultural traditions follow the exact same pattern. They're invented, then they're normalized, then they feel eternal. The Scottish Highland Games, those dramatic events with men in kilts throwing enormous logs, largely invented in the 19th century as a romantic reconstruction of Scottish identity, according to historian Eric Hobsbawm's landmark book, The Invention of Tradition. The tradition of wearing a white wedding dress, Queen Victoria started it in 1840. Before that, women wore whatever color they had. Within decades, white became timeless. Even the image of Santa Claus in a red suit, round, jolly, red-suited, was popularized heavily by Coca-Cola advertising campaigns starting in the 1930s. The design existed before Coca-Cola, but they absolutely amplified and standardized it globally. Traditions don't need centuries to feel real. They just need repetition, emotion, and a community that agrees to keep doing them. Japan's KFC Christmas proves that faster and more clearly than almost any other example on Earth. Because it happened in a single lifetime, because the man who started it is real, because we can trace every step. And yet, here's the thing that stops me every time I think about it. It's completely real now. The families gathering around that red and white bucket on December 24th aren't doing something fake. They're sharing a meal. They're creating memories. The origin is manufactured. The feeling is absolutely genuine. That's what traditions actually are, not ancient truths, living stories that people choose to keep telling. If this completely changed how you think about tradition, you're not alone. Hit subscribe so you never miss a story like this. Now I want to know, does your family have a food tradition that you've never actually questioned? Drop it in the comments. You might discover its origin is just as surprising. And next, why do 100 million Ethiopians eat every single meal with their bare hands from one shared plate? The reason reveals everything about trust. That video's next.